Hey guys, I'm Jade and welcome to JadeLynArt, and in today's video I'll be teaching you how to make realistic skin tones using colored pencils and oil pastels. So let's jump into the intro. Of course, the main material in this video is our oil pastels. So this is the oil pastels that I use in most of my drawings, in poster making drawings or even in realistic drawings. So this is Pentel oil pastel. So this is a set of 36 colors. So next in the list is the sketchbook or the paper that I use in most of my oil pastel drawings. Specifically the realistic ones, they are all done in this sketchbook. Sorry, it doesn't have any brand. But one thing that I like about this brandless sketchbook is that the texture of the papers that are attached inside the sketchbook, because as you may see, it may look something rough, but personally it is really smooth. I don't know what kind of paper is something similar to that, but it really blends perfectly with the oil pastels. Here's our work in progress version of our recent art. So the last thing that we need for our oil pastel drawings is colored pencils. So here are the sample colors from my colored pencil set. These are Faber-Castell watercolor pencils and classic colored pencils. So the watercolor pencils are in a set of 24 and my classic colored pencils are in a set of 12. So the difference between these two pencils is that the watercolor pencils are more vibrant and saturated rather than the pale colored pencils. Besides their differences, they also blend perfectly, just like the oil pastels. So I commonly use these colored pencils for small details like the eyes. So yeah, as you can see, the drawing is almost done. So before we head into the main line, which is the drawing process, we must analyze our references first. The reference is somewhere at the corner of your screen, guys, so you can see what I am copying. Analyzing your references is a really helpful way to determine what colors you need to use for your drawing. So if I was about to analyze the picture that I have exampled, we can see that the reference is kind of yellow, red, and orange. So we must pick the colors that we need for that. As you may notice, everyone, I have included some colors that are not included in the main colors of the reference. So we have the white, the light peach, and many more, especially others are brown. So the next step is to practice color blending, especially in oil pastels. So there's a bunch of oil pastel tutorials out there on YouTube, but if you'd like me to do one, especially on the different blending techniques on oil pastel, you can subscribe to my channel, hit the like button if you like this video, and click that notification bell so you are updated on my next upcoming tutorial videos, especially in oil pastels. So today in this video, I'm only highlighting 3 main blending techniques, especially for this drawing, which is layering, rendering, and burnishing. Layering has a bunch of different techniques, but this is a way how I layer all the colors. So by looking at the reference, we can determine where are the colors are placed. So let's grab our orange and then just dab it around the edges of her chin. So basically, in all of my drawings, especially on colored pencils or any colored things, I start the drawing from light to dark. As you may notice, I am not putting too much pressure on the drawing. I'm just lightly let my oil pastel color itself. Now again, by looking at the reference, let's apply our second color. And remember, don't add too much pressure. Okay, now let's move to yellow. I mean, mid-yellow. You may also notice that I am avoiding this area because it is where the highlights are located. As you can see, because of the texture of the paper, it looks really solid. The color is really solid. Also, you can do various motions in here. You can do like this, cross-hatching. You can do this, circular motion, or anything that makes your drawing a little bit solid. So there are some areas wherein you need to include violet, but also it depends on your reference. But for me, using violet for my realistic drawings make it more vibrant and alive. That concludes our layering method. Now let's go to rendering method. Rendering method is kind of like the layering method, but in this time we are now blending all the colors. So we have our base colors here. So let's apply our skin tone color to blend all of them. As you may notice, everyone, I'm doing it back and forth, like one color and then switch back to the original colors that I've used earlier. Now, this is where burnishing comes in. So we'll use the lightest color that we have chosen, which is this. So I commonly use this color for blending the skin tone. So in here, I'm just covering the whole thing that I have rendered and layered before. So the reason why we do back and forth with the colors, because it makes the drawing more vibrant. Because when we burnished it earlier, it looks a little bit lighter than we had expected, so we just revived the colors. Before we go off to the main drawing, I just want to let you know what is the purpose of colored pencils in this oil pastel drawing. So as what I have mentioned earlier in the introduction of the materials that I have used, the colored pencils are used for details. So we have here, for example, let's apply some yellow. One thing that I like about the application of colored pencils is this. As you can see that the colored pencil that I had applied gets more darker in the oil pastel. This has no oil pastel, so this is what happens to the colored pencil. Yes, it looks also dark, but in personal, it looks way fade or lighter than the oil pastel one. When I apply it in oil pastel, I don't even need more pressure to make it darker, but with the paper one, we need more pressure. I also like to share to you guys is this. This is called My Pastel White from Dong A. Of course, it's just a white pen that makes most of the highlights of this drawing. We use oil pastels to make this white thing pop up or stand out, because if you apply it on just a paper, let's say for example you made a colored pencil drawing with just pure colored pencils without oil pastels, and then if you try to apply this white pen, it doesn't stand out too much. Rather, it kind of blends with the colored pencils. So this cost less than $1 in the Philippines. It is 35 or 36 pesos, which is kind of affordable, rather than the Uniball Sigdo pen, which costs less than $2 or less than 100. And we are now here in the most important segment of this video, which is hashtag JadeLynFeatureMyArt. Yes! The mechanics is just really simple. You can post your artwork on Instagram, tag me in the photo, and use the hashtag JadeLynFeatureMyArt. Or you can comment on the Facebook post, as you can see on the screen, for those Facebook users who like to feature their art on my channel. So, let's start off with Kyzer Guboc from Facebook.
Oh, look, it's a dog on a mountain. I don't know what kind of breed it's that dog, but it looks
So cute! And as you can see, he used the Pentel oil pastels that I have featured earlier in this video on how I did the realistic skin tones using oil pastels and colored pencils. So, let's go first with the background. Oh, the background reminds me of my best friend. Hey best friend, if you're watching this video, I'll give you a huge shout out. How can you do faded clouds? I don't know. Honestly, I cannot do something like those. I don't know how to fade clouds. Do you just scrape the oil pastels to make it look fade? Or I don't know. We will discover soon. I like how he did the rocks here, because some artists colored the rocks as gray, black, white, or anything that is closer to those, but that is just fine because it is the natural color of rocks. But if you play with your palette, adding more colors just like Kyzer did, as you can see, the drawing looks more colorful. He added something like brown, orange, skin tone colors, some highlights of yellow, and he added more details just like the stem. So yeah, that is so creative. I like how the rocks and the dog is emphasized in this drawing. As you can see, the background looks monochromatic, like more on blue outlines, no black outlines, no dark parts. It is just gradients of blue, shades of blue, rather than the front, which is the subject. As you can see, it has so many different types of colors. So as you can see, the subject stands out of the drawing. So overall, this drawing looks really, really great, to be honest. To be honest, this is a really honest opinion. And of course, don't forget to put your watermarks to avoid art thief. So the next artwork to be featured is from Leryx R Zamora, still on Facebook. So as you can see, he did a drawing of a girl with freckles on her face. I know that he did it with charcoal pencil because some parts are really black, just like the eyes, some parts of the eyebrows, the hair, some parts of the freckles, the nose, the mouth, and then especially the shadow. Okay, in my opinion, I haven't tried to draw freckles yet, but for me, in my insides, it's probably not that easy and also not that hard. It is intermediate. Okay, I like how he did emphasize the eyes here. You know what I mean? Impressionism, expressionism. In Impressionism, you are giving the audience a feeling to your artwork. So as we can see, if we stare at the reference, it gives us a feeling. What kind of feeling? We can feel that the subject is confident. We can feel that the subject is brave, even though she has freckles on her face. Geez, the efforts on the freckles though. That's so great. The goal of Impressionism is this artwork is really much shown. It is really, really amazing. Keep on doing this stuff. And of course, don't forget your watermarks. This is okay, watermark though. This is Baybayin. I don't want to discuss more about Baybayin because it is kinda complicated. But yeah, this is so nice. Another artwork that you will feature on this channel is from Alejandro from Facebook, and what? Watercolor in calligraphy style! You know, back then when I was really young, when I was a beginner in art, until now, I really love these stuff, these watercolor and calligraphy things, especially if the font is like that. What? How can you control the brush pen in that? Okay, there are some brush pens that are really controllable, just like the Crayola Super Tips. They are easy to control if you take a lot of practice on how to control the brush strokes, the up and down strokes. But there are some other brush pens that are really hard to control, just like for example, for me, the Tombow brush pen. I don't know if I bought the Tombow brush pen or somebody gave me the Tombow brush pen. I just had it years ago. So I realized at first that the Tombow pen is really hard to control because first the tip is so soft. Unlike this artwork, this is so clean. I like artworks that are really clean. What? Especially in watercolor. And I like how the blending of the flowers here. Like, it's not just plain white, it's not just plain pink or plain red. Yes, it gives me the aesthetic feeling. And then, if you are meant to send me this message of be proud of yourself, girl, cheer up, laban lang. Thank you so much for the message. And this message is not only for me, but also to everyone out there who are watching on this channel. To not give up on anything that you love. Okay? And the last artwork for Facebook that we will feature on this channel for now is from our fellow ACE admin, Miss Gemma Umali. For those who didn't know what ACE is, it means Artists Can Explore. It is a public art community wherein you can show your art. Feel free to join. I'll put the link in the description. So we have here the drawing of the legendary Davey 504. No, just kidding. It is Sylvester Stallone. As far as I know, this is an entry for a one reference challenge, I guess. One reference challenge, or for pencil portraits PH group, it is named as PAC, or Portrait Art Challenge. So the mechanics is just really simple, which is to copy the reference or draw the reference as accurate as you can. It is really helpful in enhancing your skills in accuracy, in detailing, in shading, or many more that improves your realistic portraiture, enhancing realistic. So if we compare her drawing to the reference, not gonna lie, it's really accurate. Not gonna lie, it's really accurate. It really looks like Sylvester Stallone. So for those people who have difficulty in accuracy, there is one thing that is important, which is the likeness of the subject itself. For example only, if your drawing doesn't look like the reference, but it looks like Sylvester Stallone, it is just fine. It doesn't matter if your drawing looks like the reference, but what really matters is it looks like the person itself. So as you can see, he added a little blur on the background to make her drawing look really sharp so that you can differentiate the background from the subject, as what Kyzer did on his drawing. And look at the details on the clothes. What? That takes a lot of time, yet like stippling or something else? Hey, stippling is not that easy, or I mean, it is easy if you have patience. Patience is the really important thing in getting accuracy. She nailed it. This is really cool. So the last artwork we will feature on this channel is from Instagram. The only guy that has sent me his artwork is Mendez4531. Thank you for sending me your artwork. So what we have here is a HeroForge.com statue. Oh, it's Aaron Lycan. For those who didn't know who Aaron Lycan is, he's a fictional character from the famous Minecraft roleplay series My Street by Afmao Gaming. If you'd like to see more of her Minecraft roleplays, just check out her channel Afmao. It's like you're watching anime but in Minecraft. There's so many twists, so many animations, there's so many things to say about Afmao's roleplay series. Okay, this is a statue from a website. Oh, it's just like you're making avatar on Facebook.
Oh my god, he even has his werewolf farm below. Oh my god, it's so cute.
Jeez, the accuracy. It really looks like Aaron Lycan. Wow, this is so great. So basically, the mechanics of this HeroForge.com is just like gacha, like you're customizing your character. And that completes my very first YouTube video. I hope you guys liked the whole thing from the tutorial up to these reaction thingies. If you'd like to see more of these content on my channel, you can just subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you are updated on my future drawings. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you really had a great day and see you soon.